The ADF dial presents a single needle pointing at a station. This visual simplicity often leads students to underestimate the complex geometry required to use it. This deceptive ease of use is the primary reason pilot candidates frequently fail regulatory exam questions regarding QDM, QDR, and relative bearing. Before we break down the logic, take a baseline test. Does QDM mean the magnetic bearing to the station or from the station? Post your answer to or from in the comments right now. In this video, we will reconstruct NDB and ADF logic from fundamental principles to ensure you succeed on DGCA, FAA, EASA, and TC theory exams. Success on these exams depends on moving past intuitive needle chasing to understand the actual geometry of the signal. We begin with the physical hardware. The non-directional beacon, or NDB, is a ground-based radio transmitter. Unlike a VOR, an NDB does not broadcast specific radials. It emits a uniform omnidirectional signal in every direction. The Automatic Direction Finder, or ADF, is the specific receiver equipment located inside the aircraft. This hardware dictates one absolute rule. The ADF needle only ever points directly at the NDB station. If this physical distinction between the transmitter and receiver is clear, like this video, so other student pilots can find this explanation. However, a pointing needle only establishes a connection. Without mathematical context, that signal provides no usable navigational coordinates. To create that context, we start with relative bearing, which is an aircraft-centric measurement. Relative bearing is the angle measured clockwise from the aircraft's nose to the direction of the station. If the station is directly ahead of the nose, the relative bearing is exactly 000 degrees. If the station moves to a position directly off the right wing, the relative bearing becomes 090 degrees. The limitation here is that relative bearing ignores magnetic north. Because it is tied to the nose of the plane, the measurement changes when the aircraft turns. Because this value is tied to the aircraft's motion, relative bearing cannot be used on its own to plot a fixed route on a stationary aeronautical chart. To solve the map problem, we must transition to an Earth-centric frame to find the magnetic bearing to the station. We start with magnetic heading, which is the angle from magnetic north to the nose of the aircraft. By adding the magnetic heading to the relative bearing, we lock the station's position to the magnetic grid. This creates the formula required for your exams. Magnetic heading plus relative bearing equals magnetic bearing to the station. If you are currently studying for DGCA, FAA, EASA, or TC theory, subscribe to Captain Aero for more foundational aviation explanations. Applying this formula provides the data necessary to plot an isolated radio ping as a precise, navigable line on an aeronautical chart. These vectors are identified by Q codes. QDM is the magnetic bearing to the station. In zero wind conditions, flying the exact QDM heading will take the aircraft directly to the beacon. The memory rule for your exams is QDM means to. QDR is the magnetic bearing from the station. This describes the specific outbound line, or radial, that the aircraft is currently crossing as it moves away from the beacon. The memory rule for exams is QDR means from. QDM and QDR are reciprocal vectors. Selecting the correct code defines whether the aircraft's path is oriented toward the beacon or away from it. Real-world navigation must account for wind. On the left, we see homing, the method of simply keeping the ADF needle centered on the nose. As crosswinds push the aircraft, continuously pointing the nose at the station results in an inefficient, curved path over the ground. On the right is tracking. This requires the pilot to calculate and apply a specific wind correction angle. By crabbing the aircraft into the wind, the pilot maintains a straight track directly to the station. Homing and tracking are distinct methods with very different results. Furthermore, NDB signals are susceptible to night effect, coastal refraction, mountain effect, and thunderstorm interference. Because the signal bends due to these environmental factors, relying solely on the needle's position without cross-checking coordinates is a leading cause of navigational errors. Let's see how these geometric principles appear in a standardized testing format. Consider exam example 1. What does the ADF needle indicate? The answer is based purely on hardware behavior. It points toward the NDB station. Exam example 2 asks, does QDR mean bearing to or from the station? Using our vector rules, the answer is from the station. Students who fail these questions often confuse the physical indication of the needle with the mathematical coordinates required for the chart. Screenshot this final framework. NDB transmits, ADF receives. Needle points to the station. QDM means to, QDR means from. Hohmann follows, tracking corrects for wind. Comment below and let me know which of these concepts is more confusing for you, the Q codes or relative bearing. Mastering aviation navigation requires commanding spatial mathematics. The needle provides value only when it is interpreted through these geometric formulas.